This program is brought to you by ADP, one of the world's leading providers of human capital management services. You can't build a successful company without a great team behind you. This chapter will take you through the steps of hiring your first employee and building a team that can take your business to the next level.
The point at which a business grows beyond the capability of the original partners in the enterprise, at which their time is no longer spent well, is the point at which you need to start seeking an employee. The only way to grow the business is if you can actually work on the business rather than running around working in the business. It's really about scaling and leveraging your personal time.
What was the team that was going to lead me to victory? And I knew that hiring a bunch of folks who looked and thought just like me wasn't the answer. That frankly, I needed to surround myself with the people who brought a very different set of skills to the table. In fact, I welcome dissenting votes when we have team meetings because I understand that left to our own devices, oftentimes you can succumb to groupthink, whereas I want to have robust dialogue and robust discussions.
The first question I ask a candidate is, how does this job really fit into ultimately your career path? I don't want anyone to join the company that doesn't really want to be here for the right reasons. If somebody just wants a job or, whatever, that ultimately isn't going to be a good long-term fit. I think it's about, does the mission of the company resonate with them? Do they see a career path for themselves at Halfaker? There's no right or wrong answer to the question, but it's something open-ended enough where you get an opportunity to see what they think about, their career and where they're trying to go.
So when you're initially starting out, you're going to be usually taking out ads. Craigslist is very effective and very affordable. Be as specific as possible in the ad and what your requirements are, because you're going to get flooded with applicants, especially in this economy. Post the salary you're going to pay. If somebody is expecting to earn $40 an hour and you're paying $10, you don't want to waste their time or yours. And you don't want to flood your inbox with people thinking that this job is going to pay more. You also want to put what the requirements are. Be specific. If these are requirements for you, you're not going to hire somebody without them. Let it be known. So driver's license, if they need a valid driver's license. If a certain skill set is required. If certain availability, if you need them to work weekends, and you're not going to hire them if they're not available on weekends, let them know. So you really narrow down your applicant pool. Another great way I've found to find new employees is people literally coming in. People coming to my shop, if I see they have a certain level of expertise or a real big level of enthusiasm, I start asking them questions and kind of say, hey, if you're interested, we're looking for somebody. One of my best hires ever was a guy who came to the shop and he didn't know we were here. He comes into the shop and he's just like, oh my God. And we were just like laughing at him, and he asked if we were hiring, and we're like, we are, and he was a great employee.
Athena Construction Group is owned by Marine Corps veterans, and we like to bring that same culture, the same work ethic, and the same can-do ability into our organization. So we actively recruit veterans from any service. It's important to me as a business owner because I typically know what I'm getting. It makes the ramp-up time quite decreased. People come aboard, they already know what you're about, they speak the same language, they know what's expected.
It's easy to find people who have big agency experience, MBAs, but the reality is they have to fit within our team culture because we've got a very efficient, very productive organization. So if you bring in a wild card, all of a sudden you can upset that wonderful efficiency. So for me, it's really about what are the interests of that person, how do they feel about subordinating their own needs for the needs of the company and ultimately for our clients, and how are they going to see their role within the context of what we offer.
I was trying to impress our customer by filling a position quickly. I found somebody who I thought was good, but there were some warning red flags through the hiring process that I chose to ignore. Made a mistake and it was a disaster. He left pretty quickly. I should have just told my client, hey, it's going to take longer than I would like, but this is what's happening. Instead, I tried to satisfy them with a quick hire, and then it turned out to be not a good hire.
And you're going to have pressures about how quickly do you need to hire somebody, and do you have facilities, do you have an office prepared for them, are they going to work out of their home and be an independent contractor? What's the technicalities of meeting that definition with the IRS? All of those things go into your thinking, go into your decision making. There are thousands of small business counselors across America that offer this help free or at very, very low cost. You know, $5, $10, $15 for a seminar. And those are the places to go to begin to answer these kinds of questions that you need to ask yourself.
For more information about how ADP gives back to our communities, please visit adp.com.